Are you doing everything right, counting every carb, walking until your legs ache, and taking your meds like clockwork, yet your glucose monitor still screams at you with high numbers every single morning? It's exhausting to feel like you're fighting a losing battle against your own biology. I'm Dr. Grant Colby, and after years of clinical practice here in the States, I've seen thousands of hardworking Americans just like you hit a wall in their diabetes management. But what if the missing piece of your puzzle isn't a new prescription or a grueling diet, but something as simple as the glass of water sitting on your nightstand? Most people treat hydration as a chore, but when you understand the hidden mechanics of how water flushes excess sugar out of your system, it becomes your most powerful ally. Today, I'm pulling back the curtain on 5 specific, science-backed kitchen staples that can transform plain water into a potent tool for your A1C and insulin sensitivity. One of these additions is so effective it can slash post-meal spikes by over 30%, yet most people are using it the wrong way and damaging their health in the process. Stick with me until the end, because I'm going to show you exactly how to layer these ingredients into a Power Week schedule that makes blood sugar stability feel second nature. To give you a clearer picture of how these small shifts work in the real world, let me tell you about a patient of mine named Robert. Robert is a 4-year-old retired high school teacher from Chicago who came into my office last year feeling completely defeated. He was diligent, he logged every meal, walked his golden retriever 3 miles a day, and never missed a dose of metformin. Yet, his fasting blood sugar was stuck in that frustrating 150 to 190 range, and his energy crashed every single afternoon like clockwork. He felt like he was doing everything right, but getting 0 results. We didn't overhaul his entire life or double his medication. Instead, we started with his morning glass of water. We introduced a simple ritual of lemon and cinnamon water first thing in the morning and apple cider vinegar before his heavier meals. Within just 6 weeks, his morning readings began to stabilize into the low 110s. By his 3-month checkup, Robert's A1C had dropped from a concerning 8.2% to a much healthier 7.4%. He looked at me and said, "Dr. Colby, I spent years looking for a complicated medical miracle, and the answer was waiting in my pantry all along." Stories like Robert's aren't rare when you provide your body with the right nutritional support alongside standard care. If you're ready to stop the guesswork and start using these science-backed tools to reclaim your health, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I release new deep dives every week to help you manage your metabolic health with confidence. I want to be very clear from the outset about what these additions are and, more importantly, what they are not. We aren't talking about expensive, miracle supplements or complex medical protocols that require a chemistry degree to follow. These are simple, affordable kitchen staples that most of you likely already have in your pantry or can find at any local grocery store. However, adding lemon or cinnamon to your water is not a cure for diabetes. None of these natural additions will ever replace the medication prescribed by your doctor or eliminate the need for professional medical care. Instead, think of these as meaningful nutritional support systems that work in harmony with the steps you're already taking. When used correctly, this additional layer of support can make a tangible difference in how your body processes glucose every single day. Before we dive into the specific additions, we have to address the foundation, water itself. You see, when your blood sugar is elevated, your kidneys are forced to work overtime to filter that excess glucose out of your blood. To do this, they literally pull water from your body's tissues to flush that sugar out through your urine. This biological flushing is exactly why frequent thirst and urination are the most common early signs of high blood sugar. If you aren't drinking enough water, this process becomes sluggish and inefficient. Glucose stays concentrated in your bloodstream longer, and your numbers remain stubbornly high. The research on this is quite compelling. One large-scale study found that individuals who stayed properly hydrated had a 28% lower risk of developing high blood sugar compared to those who didn't drink enough. For most of my patients here in the US, I recommend between 2 and 3 liters of water daily, depending on your activity level and the climate you live in. Think of water not just as a beverage, but as a fundamental tool for metabolic clearance. When we take this essential foundation and enhance it with specific compounds that support glucose control, we're not just hydrating, we are building a targeted support system for your entire body. Lemon is perhaps the most accessible and well-researched addition you can make to your water for blood sugar support. Inside that simple citrus fruit is a soluble fiber called pectin, along with unique flavonoids and organic acids. When these compounds enter your digestive system, they do something fascinating. They act as a gentle brake on the rate at which glucose is absorbed into your bloodstream. Think of it this way: when you eat carbohydrates, glucose usually enters your blood quickly, causing a sharp spike. Lemon compounds slow that process down, making the rise more gradual and manageable. In fact, research in the Journal of Nutrition shows that citrus flavonoids can improve insulin sensitivity by up to 20%. Beyond just the numbers, lemon water provides critical support for your kidneys, which, as we discussed, are under immense pressure when blood sugar is high. The antioxidants help protect these vital organs from oxidative stress. To do this properly, simply squeeze the juice of half a fresh lemon into a full glass of water. I recommend drinking this first thing in the morning on an empty stomach to give your system a clean start before food enters the picture. If you've already tried adding lemon to your routine, or if you have a favorite morning ritual, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear how it's working for you. And if you're finding this breakdown helpful, please hit that like button. It really gives me the motivation to keep digging into the latest research for you. Just a quick tip: if you find the acidity bothers your stomach, simply dilute it with more water. Many of my patients find that this one small habit makes their fasting readings far more predictable over time. While lemon is a fantastic starting point, apple cider vinegar, or ACV, is arguably the most researched addition on our list when it comes to direct impact on your numbers. The active compound here is acetic acid, which acts as a strategic disruptor in your digestive tract. When you consume ACV before a meal, that acetic acid interferes with the enzymes responsible for breaking down complex carbohydrates into simple sugars. The result is that glucose enters your bloodstream at a much slower, more manageable pace, effectively flattening the post-meal spike. The data behind this is truly impressive for a simple pantry staple. A study published in Diabetes Care found that consuming just 2 tablespoons of ACV before a carbohydrate-rich meal reduced post-meal blood sugar levels by an average of 19% to 34%. That is a significant reduction that rivals some pharmaceutical interventions. Another long-term study showed that consistent use could improve fasting glucose by roughly 19% over a 12-week period. Beyond slowing digestion, acetic acid appears to improve insulin sensitivity and may even signal your liver to reduce its internal production of glucose. To do this properly without damaging your health, mix 1 to 2 tablespoons of raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar, the kind with the mother, into a large glass of water. Drink this about 15 to 30 minutes before your largest meals. Here is a critical tip. Never drink ACV undiluted. The high acidity can erode your tooth enamel and irritate your esophagus. I always advise my patients to use a straw to minimize contact with their teeth. If you are currently on diabetes medication, please monitor your blood sugar closely when starting this routine, as ACV can actually enhance the glucose-lowering effects of your meds, and you may need to discuss an adjustment with your doctor. Cinnamon is one of the most well-studied spices for blood sugar control, and adding it to your water is one of the simplest ways to take advantage of its metabolic benefits. However, there is a critical distinction you must understand before you start. Not all cinnamon is created equal. Most of what you find on grocery store shelves in the US is cassia cinnamon. While it's delicious, cassia contains high levels of coumarin, a compound that can be toxic to the liver if consumed daily in therapeutic amounts. For daily blood sugar support, you must look for Ceylon cinnamon, often labeled as true cinnamon. Ceylon cinnamon contains active compounds like cinnamaldehyde and specific polyphenols that support your body in 3 distinct ways. First, it improves insulin sensitivity, making your cells more responsive to the knock of insulin so they can absorb glucose more efficiently. Second, it helps reduce the amount of glucose your liver pumps into your bloodstream. Finally, like lemon and ACV, it slows down carbohydrate digestion. A meta-analysis of multiple clinical trials found that consistent cinnamon supplementation could reduce fasting blood glucose and improve A1C by up to 0.5% over several months. To make cinnamon water, simply place 1 Ceylon cinnamon stick in a jar of water overnight. By morning, the water will have a light golden hue and a natural sweetness without the sugar. You can drink this throughout the day or warm it up like a tea. This small, fragrant addition provides a steady stream of antioxidants that helps stabilize your readings and reduce those frustrating afternoon energy crashes. The 4th addition might surprise you because it actually changes the texture of your water, but its biological impact is profound. I'm talking about chia seeds. These tiny powerhouses are loaded with a specific kind of soluble fiber. When you add a tablespoon of chia seeds to a tall glass of water and let it sit for about 20 minutes, they absorb up to 12 times their weight in liquid, forming a thick, gelatinous coating. This isn't just a culinary quirk. That gel creates a physical, viscous barrier in your stomach. As you eat, this fiber gel slows down the mixing of food with digestive enzymes. It effectively throttles the conversion of starches into glucose, ensuring that sugar enters your bloodstream in a slow, steady trickle rather than a sudden flood. This prevents the dramatic post-meal spikes that lead to insulin resistance and systemic inflammation. Furthermore, the high omega-3 fatty acid content in chia seeds helps reduce the low-grade inflammation often associated with type 2 diabetes. I usually suggest my patients drink this chia water about 30 minutes before their largest meal of the day to pre-coat the digestive tract. It also helps you feel fuller longer, which naturally aids in portion control. If you're finding these practical low-cost tips helpful for your health journey, please take a moment to like this video and share it with a friend or family member who is also managing their blood sugar. Spreading this knowledge can make a massive difference in someone's daily quality of life. By sharing, you're helping me reach more people who feel stuck in their journey, just like Robert was before he started these simple rituals. The final addition to our protocol is one of nature's most potent anti-inflammatory agents, ginger. While we often think of ginger for motion sickness or digestion, its role in metabolic health is backed by compelling clinical evidence. For someone managing diabetes, systemic inflammation is a silent enemy that makes your cells deaf to insulin signals. This is what we call insulin resistance. The active compounds in ginger, specifically gingerols and shogols, work at a cellular level to dampen this inflammation, effectively cleaning the locks on your cells so the insulin key can work more efficiently again. A study published in the Journal of Complementary and Integrative Medicine revealed that daily ginger consumption could reduce fasting blood sugar by up to 12% and improve A1C levels over a 10-week period. What's even more impressive is how it helps your muscles, the primary consumers of glucose in your body, absorb sugar without needing extra insulin. To incorporate this, I recommend using fresh ginger root. Simply peel and thinly slice about an inch of ginger, then let it steep in hot or room temperature water for at least 10 minutes. The longer it steeps, the more of those beneficial compounds are released. It has a refreshing, spicy kick that many of my patients find helps reduce their cravings for sugary sodas or processed juices. By reducing the internal fire of inflammation, ginger provides a long-term foundation for more stable, predictable blood sugar readings throughout your day. Integrating all these elements into your life doesn't have to be overwhelming. In fact, the most successful patients I've seen, like Robert, didn't start everything on day one. They began with a single habit, like lemon water in the morning, and layered the others in once that felt natural. To help you get started, I recommend a simple metabolic week schedule. Start your Monday and Tuesday with lemon water, introduce ACV before your largest meal on Wednesday, and by the weekend, experiment with the protective gel of chia seeds or the warmth of cinnamon water. These are not just ingredients. They are small, consistent signals you are sending to your body to prioritize stability over spikes. Now, while the science behind these additions is strong, it's vital to remember that everyone's biology is unique. These strategies are intended for educational support and should never replace the personalized medical advice or prescriptions provided by your primary care physician or endocrinologist. Always consult with your healthcare team before making significant changes to your routine, especially if you are on insulin or other glucose-lowering medications. I want to sincerely thank you for spending this time with me and for your commitment to your own health journey. Your support and engagement are what allow me to keep diving into the research to bring you these practical tools. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss our upcoming deep dives into metabolic health. I'm Dr. Grant Colby, and I believe that small daily choices are the path to a vibrant, healthy life. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video.